turn our attention to boxing. There was an unbelievable fight at the O2 over the weekend. I was lucky enough to be there, ringside, obviously VIP. Joining us now, Drive, to talk about that is former two-weight champion of the world, Carl Frampton. Hello, Carl Frampton.
Good evening, Carl.
How are you, boys? How you doing, lads?
We're great, very well.
All
How are
good, mate.
you?
I'm good. Can't complain.
What did you make of the fight at the weekend? Frampton, I was going to say Frampton, Clark against Wardley. Went to a draw in the end. What did you make of the fight?
Unbelievable fight. Yeah, really, really good, action-packed from start to finish. Both guys fought at a very, very high pace. Absolute war. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
We were talking about this earlier on about draws in boxing, and no one wants to see a draw. There must be a way around it. Has anyone spoken about a way to avoid it, in as much that maybe a rule comes in and they say in the event of a draw, whoever won the final round would win it? Is anything like that ever been spoken about before?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't mind the draw, if I'm being honest, especially when it's a fight like that, because it means there's going to be another one. Well, hopefully there's going to be another one, and I think we'll see another cracking fight. But what I will say is about the boys, both of them after that fight are going to be better fighters for it. But once you get it, you can do all the rounds that you want in the gym, but once you get it into your head that I can fight at a high pace for 12 rounds and come through a bit of adversity, then that's in your head for good. And I think both guys will be better fighters for it.
I think you can gauge, can't you, by like going on social media after a fight if people are upset at a draw, and no one was. You know, everyone's commenting saying, yeah, draw's about right, you know, and that just makes the next fight even bigger for both of them. But Carl, you'll know more as a boxer and as an ex-boxer yourself, but when I'm watching the fight and I'm seeing Wardley's nose, the amount of blood comes out, does that affect you as a boxer, of like make you a bit dizzy or make it harder for you in the fight?
I mean, I'm not sure, to be honest. I've never been cut that bad in my life, so there was tons of blood pouring out. But what I will say is the cut was on his nose, not above his eye or anything. So it would have affected him a lot more if it was on his eyebrow, for example, and that blood's leaking in. But look, it wouldn't have been easy to fight with a cut like that. It was horrendous, and to get through it. I think it's, we have to commend him for it.
I was speaking to Fabio Wardley on, I think it was Thursday's show. We were live at the Open Day workout.
Oh, lost his boys.
Pardon? Oh, can you hear us? Oh, we've lost him. Can you hear us, Carl? Oh, we can slag him off now, and he would have no idea. I was going to ask him. I'll ask him this. I'll get your view on it. You're a big boxing fan. When we sat down with Fabio Wardley, he looked like he had a mark on his nose,
Like a scab,
right?
didn't it?
Yeah. I just wonder if once you've had a cut like he has, can it ever truly heal? Will you always be prone to that splitting?
I think
open?
you would. And you see fighters that get cuts even on their eyes and stuff. Once they get hit on that, it reopens, isn't it? So was that a game plan for Frazer Clark? You know, because he might have thought, get that jab on the nose and get the blood coming out. But what I was happy about was the ref not stopping it.
Yeah.
Because that would have been like so hard for Wardley to lose that fight.
They checked it, I think, about 3 times the doctor went into the corner.
Yeah. Was it a 10th as well?
What
10th
round?
round? 10th round.
Carl's back, hopefully. Carl, you there? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm back.
Thanks,
Don't know what happened.
that's okay. I was just saying that we were live. Our Drive Time show on Thursday was live from the Open Day workouts. So we sat down with both boxers. Frazer Clark sat with us for 20 minutes, and as did Fabio after that. When Fabio was sat with us, he had a mark on his nose where obviously a few days later this split up, and that's what caused all the blood pouring into his mouth and down his face. Can you ever truly recover from a cut like that? Will you always be prone to opening up there?
No, I don't think so. I think it's a lot of it's just down to time, really. I noticed the cut as well on the bridge of his nose walking to the ring, and I imagine it was something that happened in camp, and maybe he just didn't have enough time to recover. I think actually, look, a lot of the times scar tissue is actually stronger than your skin. So if you get a cut, you're going to be it doesn't necessarily always open again. But I think that was probably just an injury that was suffered in training camp, and to be honest, fair play to him for just carrying on with the fight.
What did you make? There was maybe 3 times, might have been 4, I'm sure it wasn't 2, but at least 3 times that when it got a little bit heavy during a round, Fraser Clark spat his gum shield out, and then they had to take maybe 40 seconds, 30 seconds out of the fight. The gum shield to take him back to his corner. They clean it, put it back. What do you make of tactics like that? Is that okay? Is that boxing?
I don't think it's okay. But you get away with it, you do it, and that's part of the game. I think that see this spitting gum shields out. I mean, I don't know where people are getting their gum shields from. Any gum shield I have was like a proper gum shield fitted with a dentist, and you had to pull it out with your fingers. You can't just spit them out. They must be banning in Sports Direct or something. I don't know, but to be able to do that, fair play to them.
I wanted to ask you about Ben Whittaker because I was looking forward to seeing him fight. And what did you think of his performance?
It wasn't one of his best performances, if I'm being honest. But look, Ben Whittaker was someone who he's kind of grown on me, if I'm being honest. Initially, when he, at the start, I remember seeing him on a Matchroom show before he'd even turned pro, and he was walking about as if he owned the place. I remember thinking, who is this guy? But I'm not one for the type of style that he has. It's not something that appeals to me, if I'm being honest. But I completely get it. And if I was fighting him, his style would really, really frustrate me to the point where I think every shot I was throwing, I'm trying to knock him out, and my game plan goes out the window.
Yeah.
So if that's a tactic from him to fight like that, and it's a nice, relaxed style, just do it, continue to do it, as long as he's not doing anything illegal. A lot of people like it. Social media numbers have went through the roof just because of what he does in the ring. But he's an incredible talent.
Well, I really like him. The fact he's had still under 10 fights, and we're talking about him on the show, and he was one of the boxers that sat down with us. And when I went at the weekend to the fight, he was one of the fighters I was looking forward to see. And then if you've got a fight like that that's not even reached double figures, he's obviously doing something right.
Yeah, no, look, he's a really, really good fighter. And actually, when you listen to him speaking, he's not a disrespectful kid, even though his style kind of suggests that he might be. But he's a nice fella. Seems level-headed as well, and can really fight. But he didn't have it all his own way the other night. I know that guy came in kind of short notice. And I think there may just be questions a little bit going forward about his punch power. That might be an issue.
Okay.
You get a little tight, stocky, squat guy coming forward with a good defense. It might be difficult for him, but I mean, he's still only a novice pro, really. Yeah. Under 10 fights, and he's unbelievable.
If he was your boxer, would you tell him to stop it?
No. Because it frustrates people. It frustrates fighters, and it literally makes life difficult for them.
Yeah. The guy is fighting, I can't remember his name. Incredibly tough opponent. Really, really put up.
Yeah, was it Willings?
Yes, it was Willings. You're right. Yeah, he was a real tough cookie. Just quickly, because we've not spoken to you since the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight has been announced. What's your view on that?
I don't like it, if I'm being honest. Look, Mike Tyson is, I think he'll be 58 when the fight comes around.
Yeah.
I'm asking my kids who do they think will win the fight, and they're all saying Mike Tyson just because they think of Mike Tyson as the great Mike Tyson, but they don't realize he's a 58-year-old man. Not that long ago, there was footage of him in a wheelchair. I think he's had some issues with his back. It's not for me. But look, he'll be making a lot of money for it. Fair play to him for that. But I don't know, like Jake Paul, for picking an opponent like Mike Tyson, it doesn't do him any good at all. He's just going to be criticized whether he wins well. A strange fight, I think.
How old are you now, Carl? And how old were you when you retired?
I'm 37. I retired when I was 34.
And did you notice the difference towards the end of your career, that you were losing energy? Your body was different to how it was when you started out?
Yeah. I mean, just even my shape, like the shape of me, I used to be really, really ripped up, but as I got older, it was harder for the weight to come off. And I remember sitting down on the stool at the end of round 1. Now, sparring and fighting is obviously completely different, but it's the end of round 1 of my last fight, and I thought, I don't think I can fight anymore.
Wow.
Or I'm certainly not the same fighter that I used to be. So I I don't know. I just think Jake Paul's too big and athletic and for an old Mike Tyson. But obviously, Mike Tyson in his prime, it was a 30-second fight.
Yeah. If you got the option now to fight a YouTuber at your age, would you do it?
Depends who the YouTuber was.
It's not me.
No. I mean, I don't know. To be honest, I could think of nothing worse than trying to get fit again for a fight.
10 million.
Well, 10 million. I'll think about it.
All right.
I feel fit already.
Yeah, ready to go. Play the Rocky 4 album. Hey, listen, Cole, thank you so much for coming on. We love
Top
you.
man, Cole.
I'm not going to drive you mad and say when you're coming in, because I know as soon as you can, you will. So I look forward to seeing you soon, but speaking to you as much as I can as well. Thanks so much for your time, pal.
Thanks, boys. Thank you.
Thanks, man. There you go, the superstar. One of the nicest people you can meet, Carl Frampton. You ever met him?
Great pundit.
Superstar.
Great.
He's a superstar.
On the box.
A reminder, you can head over to TalkSport Boxing YouTube channel. Keep up to date with the latest boxing news and exclusive interviews. And this Thursday on Drive, we'll be joined by head of Matchroom, Eddie Hearn. How about that?
TalkSport Drive. Super opinionated sporting debate. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the TalkSport app and on your smart speaker. TalkSport.